What's good, YouTube world? It's Coffee back with the news. How y'all doing out there? Thanks for tapping in and flocking with me. Much appreciated. As always, a lot of news topics to get off into, but let's start it out with a big update. Some breaking news. Notorious former Harlem Kingpin Alpo Martinez, who was gunned down on Halloween. What a day to get killed, right? Halloween. Just a crazy story that played out in real life. We saw it on the movie screen with Paid in Full. And, some stories really seem like, oh, that's just a movie, but it was real life, and it's just so crazy that that's the way the story closed for Alpo being killed on Halloween. It's so crazy, too, that he, was still coming back to New York. You know what I mean? Had his new identity, like IDs with his witness protection ID on him, his new name and all that. And here we are just a few months later. And I don't want to say they solved the case because it's just someone being charged, allegations, no one's convicted. But as I just said, someone's been charged with Alpo's killing. 27-year-old Shakeem Parker, who was already in custody in Rikers Island on a gun charge, got hit with this murder charge, and not a lot of murder charge and another gun charge on top of the one he's already in there for. And not a lot of info out on this at all. They're saying detectives gathered information. I mean, they're not going to put it out there all the way off the rip how exactly they came to arrest him. But I don't know, they say the streets talk, and it is what it is. But it was wild, when Alpo originally got gunned down and, the world reacted to it. Everyone just immediately was like, yo, it had to do with stuff from the past, the cooperating he did, or someone he did dirty in the streets before, or, the murders that he committed, killing Rich Porter, all that stuff. And then it started being reports emerging that it was over a girl, that Alpo was messing with some girl, and that's what did him in. Now, these are all reports. We don't know anything for sure. And with the dude that is been charged, Shakeem Parker, 27 years old. Remember, Alpo's 55. I haven't seen a picture of him. I don't believe they put one out in the news. Maybe I'm bugging. Y'all can comment and let me know if I'm wrong. But some stuff that I happen to notice, when we pull up his information of, him being booked on the charge and everything. And first up, I just want to say this dude has a long record, all kinds of cases he's been charged with before, done a lot of time behind bars. And if that was indeed what it was about, they were beefing over a female, like that's a hell of a different age difference, like he's what, 50, he was 55, this dude's 27 years old. They're messing with the same girl or something of that effect. That's wild. But something else that I noticed is this dude who, alleged killer, is 5'4", $130. That sounds like something you hear in a movie or something like that. Someone dissing someone like, yo, man, you's like 5'4", $130, soaking wet. Remember everyone was roasting Tory Lanez when his information was hitting the news with the whole Meg Thee Stallion thing. It said he was like 5'3", $130. This dude is Tory Lanez size, so he's gonna keep that thing on him out there in the streets. And what do they always call that? Like Napoleon complex, short man complex. Like everyone's always gonna test you. Everyone's always looking at you some kind of way. So you're just ready to get active at any time. I guess we could say Alpo got killed on some Napoleon complex type ish. Like, that's crazy, right? They always say, or do they? Yeah, they always say the streets is like a young man's game, or I don't want to say that, but they say like the youngins are always out there wilding. Old heads either did some time or learned some hard lessons, and grow with age and gain wisdom, and learn to try to approach things diplomatically, or, they're just not trying to go back or whatever. I mean, there is some old heads out there that are always just wilding, but the younger crowd is always associated with just wilding the fuck out. And it's just nuts, if this is indeed what happened, that Alpo was out here getting in it with some 27-year-old Napoleon complex dude over a female. Like, that's bugged out to me. I don't know why. When I'm just thinking this all over, y'all can hit the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Not a lot of info out, as I stated. They're just announcing that he's been charged. Stay tuned. We'll definitely keep you updated. But it's just crazy to think that, though, right? Like, the reputation that Alpo had for getting busy, laying people down, catching bodies, beating the brakes off people. Like, people feared Alpo. And, some 27-year-old, 5'4", a $130 individual laid him down for the count. They say don't judge a book by its cover, Next up, man, you guys see this video of Shaq playing basketball with his daughters. This has been going viral. Everyone's been reacting to this because, Shaq is obviously 7 foot tall, and his daughters are 6 foot tall. I mean, obviously it's in their DNA. I don't know if either of them, it's in their DNA to be tall as hell. Their dad's Shaq. I don't know if they play ball for real or whatever, competitively, if they're taking up basketball. Get in the comments if anyone does know that. But I don't know, this is going to sound kind of wild, but tying into this story, but it just so happens, I'm in the living room and my daughter's got Netflix on or something. I seen some movie at the top called Tall Girl 2. I'm like, what the hell is that? And she's like, oh, Dad, Tall Girl, I don't know, Tall Girl 2 just came out, but Tall Girl 1 is this movie about this girl who's 6'5" or something like that. And comment if y'all seen the movie. I had never heard of it. But she was like, it was kind of a weird movie, Dad. This was her interpretation of the movie, was that it was about this girl that was tall and everyone treated her like she was weird, and the girl act like it was a disability or something like that. I don't know. Like her life was really horrible or something, it ruined her life being tall. And I don't know, is it that bugged out? Do people roast females for being tall? I've just never really thought of this. I mean, I don't know that I've ran into too many 6 foot tall women. I don't believe it's very common. But the Shaq video going viral and that conversation I had with my daughter, I'm like, do people be doing that? Giving tall females a hard time? I don't know. Comment, let me know what y'all think.
You cannot be, I'm telling you what I think. You're not a superstar if you can't sell an album, yo. Okay. What the fuck are we talking about right now? You can think that. Well, if that's the case, then we throwing Meg in there like Ish said. Because what stops her from being a superstar if we taking out sales? She ain't sold shit. Got every brand deal in the world, but also has all the backing from mad different people. She got a lot going on. Griselda, pardon me, it's going to happen when you fucking not a superstar, because that's the game today. Griselda has a lot going on. This man artist, they have a lot going on. Your management team got to be a whole fucking company of people. Your fucking stylist got to be from here. You got to have a team of know-it-all people. Y'all just mixing rules up. Y'all just saying shit.
Games change and evolve, man. I hate to be the one to tell you. It ain't gonna stay the same way it was years ago.
You're right, but it ain't there now. You still gotta know how to sell a fucking album. When Adele come out, you gotta move. When niggas come out, you gotta move.
Which is why I said to be in that, you gotta be a pop star.
No, when a superstar comes out, you rest of you mortal mere minion niggas have to move. Nobody does that for Lil Nas X. Nobody does that for the 7 Meg Thee Stallion releases that dropped over the past 2 years. What are we saying?
We wild, and the person he missed off his list is Kanye.
Well, he's
Joey going in. I don't want to say going in on Meg, but he don't feel she's a superstar. Comment and let me know if y'all agree, man. And I just saw she was getting into it with DJ Academics as well, over some reporting he did on the Tory case and all that. You could comment with your thoughts on that case as well. It's been postponed again. And I haven't really watched, I used to stay watching listening to the Joe Budden podcast. I typically listen to audio of podcasts, but anyways, it's just so different. I know that's old news, obviously, that Rory and Mal are gone doing their own thing, which I wonder if they're still beating out Joe numbers wise. But it's just, I don't know, it's not the same. No disrespect to the new dudes on the show with Joe, but that like he's got a point with Meg. As far as all these deals she's got, like he was talking about Netflix, Popeyes, and sport being on the Sports Illustrated cover and everything like that. Like right away when Meg got into the game, it was obvious she had a lot of backing. You know what I mean? People were calling her an industry plant. It was like you never heard of her, boom, you heard of her. Next thing you know, she's everywhere, and was even nominated for like award shows. Which we know there's a lot of BS award shows out there, and a lot of them awards are for sale at the end of the day. But she just, was like everywhere overnight, winning awards. But with all that money behind her, I guess her sales weren't that great. So what do y'all think? Do you guys agree she's not a superstar? I mean, I would say like it's too early for her to. Or no, I was going to say it's too earlier in a career for her to be a superstar, but I take that back because, or I don't know. What do y'all think? Is it too early? Has she not been around long enough? Is her numbers not good enough? What do y'all think? Then how about this with Bow Wow, man? He responded to someone, asking him if he was going to link back up with Snoop or whatever. And he was talking about, soon. And my plan is to retire with Death Row. I'm going to put out my last project and retire. I'm on some Dwayne Wade-ish. Like I'm trying to pop back out, where I started it all off and retire. And keeping it a buck with you, I guess Bow Wow been announced his retirement years ago, which rappers got to stop doing that with all these fake retirements. It just, like, seriously, comment and let me know if y'all agree. Like, I never take a rapper serious when they retire. Like, do they ever actually follow through with it? Never. Jay-Z's guilty of it too, you know what I mean? But and like The Game, he's dropping another project now. He done retired like 3 times. But this last time, we know that was all about him trying to cook the books to avoid paying these lawsuits or whatever. But I don't know. He's back. That's another story. But yeah, I had no clue that Bow Wow announced his retirement. I don't know. He wants to go out on death row. What do y'all think of that? I wonder how Jermaine feels about that, And then some major news, man. Some major news to me. We just went over how Conway was finally off Shady Records. The Griselda Shady deal is done all the way around. Westside Gun, Conway, everyone's, going their separate ways. Conway's all the way independent right now or whatever, free agent. But God Don't Make Mistakes is out. He threw up, he's been real active on social media, obviously, celebrating that the project's here. Comment and let me know if y'all listen to it. What tracks are your favorite? You're flocking with it or not? I gotta say, his jewels that he's rocking are dope too. He's got the Buffalo Bisons piece, and he's got like a cross between where it's the Buffalo Sabres, the Buffalo hockey team, and the Buffalo Bills on one. You know what I'm saying? It's got the cross. Or no, actually that ain't both. My bad, I'm bugging. I sound like an idiot. I'm a diehard Bills fan and I'm tripping. When I first looked at it, it looked like a cross. But no, that is the Buffalo that goes with the Sabres piece. Disregard what I just said there. But yeah, get a Buffalo Bills chain as well, Conway. But anyways, he dropped the project. Everyone's talking about it on social media. He put up some pics with him and M. How it started, how it's ending. Because there was a lot of speculation what his relationship was like with Eminem, as there was some bumps in the road. People always was trying to get at me when I would report on that. I'm not saying they flat out had beef, but there was some frustrations. I don't know, probably creative differences, but nonetheless, he's, shouting M out on his way out. But Conway said, nobody's fucking with me. That's it. That's the tweet. God Don't Make Mistakes out now. A lot of people reacting. One person said, I could cry listening to this. Beautiful. Damn. That's, art. Conway's music is art to this fan. This dude says, God Don't Make Mistakes. Conway is giving y'all the new blueprint. Hove done passed the torch. A lot of people think, too, that he may end up with Hove and Rock Nation. Comment and let me know if y'all think you could see that in the future. Then someone says, hey, yo, you spazzed out on that, Ish King. Well done. Words from a dedicated fan. Then someone said, this is a no-skip album. Did you listen to it? Do you consider it to be a no-skip album as well? Comment below. Then someone said, I knew you were it. I knew you were the one the very first time I heard you in 2015. Respected by brick movers and shell buses. I've been hooked ever since it became my favorite rapper of all time. So, a lot of different reactions. What's your reaction to the Conway project? You know, with the Griselda Shady deal being done, I gotta say, you know, it's one of the, even though we know they're cool, like I said, there was some bumps in the road or whatever between them. It took forever for these projects to come out, which was bugged out to me. But we know Griselda kept dropping their independent music as well. You know, because they got a crazy schedule, 4 projects a year normally from everyone on Griselda. But anyways, with the deal being done, regardless, you got to say that was like an odd tenure at a label for someone. You know, for them to be there all that time and for the projects to take so long. Like, Conway's album was delayed so many times. Like, there was points in time I was thinking, man, will we see this project? What's the deal? You know? But history's been made. The project's out. What's next for Conway? How'd you feel about the project? Get in the comments below, as well as all these other topics we hit on. Thanks again for tuning in, y'all. It's Coffee. Make sure to sub to the channel. Stay tuned. More content coming as always. Y'all know how we rock. And I'm gone. Peace.